When we get rid of like the really flashy symptoms, mostly rid of, you know, it's like the relationship stuff is the stuff that like stays. You know, that's the stuff that you really, that's like the stuff that's, you're going to spend time really working on.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Once the cutting and, you know, the major, I mean, the super drinking and like the super eating disorder, you know, all those like really big things like boil down, it is all about relationships. Because that's, I mean, isn't that what causes all that anyway?
I mean, it seems like a lot of your target behaviors happen when relationships go south, you know? Right?
Yeah, only then. Yeah, only
so,
then.
I mean,
but I guess it's
like
not like that.
Clue.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not like that
actually,
for you,
I think,
actually.
No, I think, well, I think like when I was in treatment, I would say like it was like that for a lot of people. You know, that's what drove me to treatment was like I was barely involved with someone and I got more into him than he was into me. That's for sure. And he was, you know, not the right one to pick for that kind of a dynamic. And
when are they the right person to pick?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. When are they?
Like definitely not the right one. But I noticed that I was like doing all these behaviors that were, I was like getting angry and verbally and, you know, attacking him. And then I was like, oh shit, I feel bad about that. He sort of didn't deserve that. And then I would, you know, apologize profusely. And so I just like noticed that I was doing all these behaviors, interpersonal behaviors to like manage my feelings. And I was like, wait, what the fuck is happening here? And that was when I actually like was like, okay, you're done. Like we're done. I'm never going to be able to be in a relationship if I don't figure this out.
So is that how you entered into, because I feel like we haven't even talked about this, which I feel badly about. Is that how you knew to enter into treatment? Like there wasn't like any major episode, I guess, like with me.
No, I had like so many, my life was like, I couldn't hold a job. I didn't realize that I had like no friends left. I had like 4 or 5 friends, which is...
Those are friends.
No. And they're like some of my dearest friends. I value them greatly.
Yeah.
But I had literally lost so many friends and I didn't feel the loss of those relationships. And so like I didn't notice that I lost them. I just noticed that my life had become extremely small. So I had like alienated almost every friend of mine outside of these 4 or 5 people. And I had no one to like call or be around anymore.
Yeah.
And so, you know, life got like really small and so it was like really depressing, but I think I was like avoiding that feeling of that knowledge.
What's that like?
I don't know. And so I was looking on and off for treatment because I knew my life was fucked. And I got all these different diagnoses, none of which really were right. And I kind of knew that. And so none of them stuck enough for me to be like, okay, I'm going to dive in and do this treatment. Fuck that. I'll just look at my symptoms and I'll try to find a treatment that treats my symptoms. And that's how I went that path. But it didn't work.
That's really brilliant.
It didn't work. But I thought so too, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
Then I went to these people because I couldn't get any work done. Like I couldn't accomplish anything. And I was like, maybe I have ADHD. And they evaluated me and they were doing like a study. And so it was good because it was free and they literally had to do a good evaluation of me because it was their academic study and they didn't want to like put the wrong person in the study. And so they evaluated me and it was very clear after many sessions. They were like, you do not have ADHD. It's like an emotional problem and we cannot put you in our study. We would love to help you, but we can't. But I got a neuropsych test and the guy who gave me the neuropsych test gave me a bipolar diagnosis for the 80th time. And I was like, I'm not bipolar. Just, I ain't.
I know they started with that.
Stop with this, guys.
I think that's just their go-to. Yeah, that's just their go-to, I think.
So again, I'm back to square one.
Yeah.
I'm back to square one. And
did you have like the DSM, like you're just like flipping pages?
I had like every book. I had every book. I read this one book called Affect Regulation by this guy, Alan Shore. And I was like on the scent because I was like, oh, I have trouble regulating my affect. So I was like zeroing, I was honing in on it, but I wasn't getting it. And then I finally, when this happened with this guy, I was like, okay, like done. I've been smoking a fuck ton of pot. I'm just going to go to a treatment center that can like deal
Yeah.
with the pot stuff, which is not my problem, and then they're going to help me figure
Yeah.
out what is my problem, and then I'll
Yeah.
go from there. And then I got a borderline diagnosis, and I didn't really know about it. At McLean, I
McLean,
did,
right?
but I didn't even know about borderline, so I didn't know about the stigma,
Yeah.
and so I didn't care about it. I was like, okay, great.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah.
I mean,